What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Malik's Water Garden. Thank you so much, everybody, for subscribing to the channel. There's about 990 of you guys that have subscribed to the channel, and we're almost at 1,000. So everybody that has subscribed, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, you're gonna be the lucky 1,000 subscribers. So subscribe right now because you want to be that guy, and comment below and let me know what number you are to the thousands. So by the time I was recording this, we were at like 980 subscribers on, and the channel is doing really well. I'm really happy, and I was excited to say that I have more than 4,000 hours this year alone, which is really great, and that's all thanks to you guys. So in this video, we're just gonna walk around the fish room and look at all the different fry that I have in the fish room, and show you guys all the different breeding activities and all the different babies that I have in the room, and do a little tour of all the different fry. So basically, this is a functioning fish room. I do not operate this for profit, but it does make profit, and it is registered as a tax paying business. And when I do sell fish, when I sell fish to pet stores, which is my most preferred method of selling fish, which is how I usually sell fish, is in wholesale to pet stores, I have to pay taxes because they like to give me a bank check or an e-transfer or whatever. So it is all tracked and stuff, and I do pay taxes for all that money. And it's an operating and functioning business, although it is my hobby. So in the last few months since I have been at home, I have been ramping up in terms of production, and I have been making a lot more angelfish and different types of babies and tetras and stuff like that. So there's a lot of spawning going on. I actively have several different types of Hypancestrus fry from several different species of Hypancestrus, as well as several other new species that I have are actively getting ready to spawn or are spawning right now. The zebra plecos are also getting ready to spawn, or actually are showing a lot of spawning behavior, and we are going to be making an update video about that coming shortly. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe down below and hit that notification icon so you get updated when that video, as well as many other videos like that, get uploaded. So in this video, I'm going to do a walkthrough of the fish room and show you all the different fry. So I'll pull out the camera and do a little walkthrough. So stay tuned and watch till the end. And comment below and let me know which fish you like the most. So we're going to start the tour with these angelfish grouts. Everybody loves angels. These guys are super red marbles. The red's starting to come out. They're about 2.5 months old now, and they are double veil tail. Unrelated parents. You can see how gorgeous they are. There's about 100 of them in this tank, and they are doing great, and they are growing out really well, and I'm really excited. So if you are in the greater Toronto area, message me down below here, or send me a message on Instagram or Facebook, and I can sell you some of those fry, or some of these guys. They are $5 each, or 5 for 20 bucks at this size. I have black as well as red. And then beside that, we also have a lot of these Hillstream loaches. They're spawning quite heavily. I can't really see any fry on the camera right now. There's an adult on the rock there. The spawning has subsided a little bit in the warmer months. I've noticed that when it got above 80 degrees in the fish room, they have reduced they have been spawning, but I don't notice a lot of hatch rate. So I'm guessing that the fish are prone to temperature sensitivity, where they would not hatch beyond a certain temperature. There's some shrimp in here. There's also some white cloud minnow fry that are growing out. So these guys are actually albanubus white clouds, and they're pure strain. They're not a hybrid or anything like that, and they are actually an insurance colony that's in my fish room. I have quite a bit of these guys throughout the fish room. And there's one of the Hillstream loach fry, or a grout. There's about 10 adults in here that are throughout. There's one in the bottom there. You can see kind of the shadow. They usually hide unless there's food available. And above that, there's the Discus pair. These guys are my breeding pair. We're getting ready to spawn. She did have a bacterial infection. She is a wild outcross. So one of her parents, the one in the back, the female, one of her parents is a wild fish, and she is quite gorgeous, and I love that fish, and she's doing really well. She's about 2.5, 3 years. She's about 3 years old. Both of these guys. He's quite large. It's as big as my hand, and he's quite friendly. Very inquisitive fish, and they are getting ready to spawn. There were some Plecos in here growing out. I did move them out so that these two can have the tank to themselves. These guys have been laying eggs. I am gonna move these guys at some point. I'm just letting them lay some more eggs. I do want to get some spawning activity for you guys on camera, but right now they are a little bit spooked out because I turned off all the filters or the air system, so it is a little bit less noisy than normal, and that kind of stopped them from spawning. But until that happened, they were spawning, and if I were to stand here long enough, they would actually start spawning again. So this is actually set up to get eggs, and there is actually eggs in this tank right now. So there will be an update video about these guys coming very shortly. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe down below. Hit that notification icon so you get updated when this video as well as many other videos get uploaded. Beside that are my angelfish pair. So this is one of my 3 adult breeding pairs, and these guys are getting ready to spawn again. You can see the female right there, and the male is right in front, and you can clearly see the difference between the male and the female in their ventral area, which is right there. See how her vent is pointed, kind of roundish, almost cylindrical, whereas his is more like a pointy shape and smaller. And so that's how you can tell males and females, and you can only do that at this time when they are getting ready to spawn. Below that are the zebra loaches that I got. They are getting ready to spawn. I haven't gotten any confirmed spawns yet, but I have seen spawning behavior, so we had to figure out how to save some eggs out of these guys. So this is a project. Subscribe down below and hit that notification icon so you get updated when this video gets uploaded, because you do not want to miss that. And another angelfish pair, they are getting ready to spawn again as well. More angelfish fry. So these are not more growths actually. So they're about 2.5 months old, and these are the black marble from the related ones that you just saw, and they are doing great, and I really like these guys. So beside that is another group of angelfish. There's about 300 in this tank, and you can see quite a bit throughout the tank, and they are growing really consistently and doing really well. They are a few weeks younger than the ones you just saw, and from the same parents. So these parents are unrelated, and they're a black and a red marble pair. So the dad is a red marble and the mom is a black marble, and you will see these guys in a bit. Above that is another tank that is actually spawning. So these are red Colombian tetras. It's quite a bit of eggs in this tank. I actually have fry of these guys in another community tank. They were spawning in the community tank, so I moved them in here and set them up to spawn in this tank, and they have been spawning in here for about a week. So there will be an update video coming up about these guys shortly. To the right of that is my other discus pair. These guys are not a spawning pair. They do spawn, but I am not really excited to get eggs from them because they're not a really nice looking pair in terms of their genetics. But they are in this tank for now, and they are going to get moved to a new tank very soon. There's a new tank being set up outside in the fish room, and these guys are going to go into that. It's going to be a display tank with a few different types of fish. So you will be getting updated for that as soon as that gets set up. So subscribe if you haven't, so that you get updated when that happens. Also, my gold laser quarries are in here, and they are getting ready to spawn. They actually have been spawning, which is why the discus are going to get moved from this tank. Holding tank in here. You guys have seen some of these. I do have fry of the L471s, which you will see in a bit. These are some of the other L471s. This is my group B, so I have 2 separate groups of L471s. Down below I have a group or a pair of cardinal tetras that are laying eggs in this tank. So there should be fry pretty shortly, and I will be updating and giving you guys an update. There's one of the cardinal tetras. That's actually the female, so you can see that fish right there, and she is full of eggs, and she has been laying eggs in between these oak leaves and other matter and stuff that's in the tank, like the sphagnum moss or flame moss or whatever it is that this stuff is. So it's different types of mosses that are growing in there. really quickly, I want to give you guys an update on this side. Several people have said that these tanks are dirty, and you can see this tank, the glass is definitely dirty. When the video was made, somebody complained that there's something wrong with the tank because the tank was dirty, but the tank itself is not dirty. Look, you can see how clear the water is, and the TDS in here is about 150 parts per million, and it's really nice actually. And there's a filter in there that's turned off right now because the air is completely off, but otherwise this would be on. And this is where the tank that I had the shrimp die off in. So it's not a neglected tank or anything. It's one of the nicest tanks I have. It's a very nice expanded tank. It's just very heavily populated, and something happened in the tank that made the shrimp die off. Now in this tank I have my green neon Tetra breeding group. The glass is quite dirty, but you can see the water inside is not dirty at all, and everything else is nice in here, and they are spawning. There is some fry in here, and you can see the adults kind of scooting about. So I do want to pull these out quite shortly and see if I can get some fry. So I am going to be moving them into this tank over here, since there are no shrimp in here anymore. The neon tetras the green neon tetras would not be hurting the shrimp that I did not want to lose. I did have quite a bit of black King Kongs and red King Kongs on these two tanks, and I lost all of them when I was treating them for planaria. So there we are. Well, actually these ones died off before that because the planaria kind of killed them, and then these ones died during the planaria treatment, and you can see some of the dead ones down there. On this side we have some more angelfish fry. These guys are a few weeks younger than the ones you saw earlier, and I did have quite a bit more, and I suffered a loss in one of the boxes, and I lost about 50 or 60, and then there was a few batches that did not survive into that stage, like the parents either ate the eggs or things happened. So that's why there's nothing in between this and the really smaller ones that you're gonna see right after. But there are these guys in here. There's quite a bit of them in here actually. There's about 50 or 60, and there's also about 100 of these celestial pearl danios. Really high quality, really nice. These are actually growths that were spawned in this fish room in the winter. So these guys were born through Christmas and January, and some part of February, but mostly before the middle of February. So these were born before Valentine's Day, and then the parents have been in a tank by themselves since then. So I am going to pull them out and try to get another spawn out of that in the next couple of days. So stay tuned. There's a new update video coming out about celestial pearl danios and spawning care and maintenance for you guys, because you guys have requested. So comment below and let me know, and comment and say get off my ass and make the CPD video. Down below are more angelfish growths. I have a lot of angelfish in the fish room. So these guys are a few weeks older than all the fish you've seen earlier. There's a little over 100 in here, and these are some of the nice ones I've decided to keep behind for myself and to grow out. And you can see they are really nice. There's some really nice black marbles, and there's some really nice red marbles, and they're all doing great. I haven't had any losses of these guys since they were about a few days old, which is really great, and so that's something I'm really happy about. And I wanted to say they are all growing really well, 0 deformities and 0 issues. Now we are looking at the parents now. This is a functioning fish room, so there is going to be algae on some of the glasses and stuff. I am not going to apologize for the state of the situation, because there's buckets and stuff waiting, because I am about to do water changes in some of these tanks, and so stuff like that is quite normal in this fish room. This is not one of those fish rooms that's made for YouTube. This is an actual fish room that has a lot of breeding happening, and you are seeing real life what's going on. This is the mom and dad fish, and that's the dad of a lot of the angelfish you've seen. See how nice and red he is and bright he is, gorgeous. That's the mom, and so there's a new spawn. You can see them on the wall there on top of the slate. Several hundreds, at least 300 or 400, and chances are if I do my job right, these guys will all survive. So that's a really big plus. And some more angelfish growths. So these are some of the holdbacks from previous spawns. I'm really excited about this guy here. actually bought him, so he's not related to any of the fish in my fish room, so I need to find him a female. A new tank that has no fish in it, so I am gonna put something in there in the next couple of days. And so these are the CPD parents, doing great. So nothing much to show here. More angelfish growths out here. You can see some more, holdbacks and stuff like that. Shrimp tanks, they are doing great. They are recovering. So these tanks did not have any die-offs, major die-offs at least. This tank did have a few that died off, but more or less it was pretty intact. I used the same medication in all the tanks. This tank did not get medicated because it does not have a planaria outbreak, because it has Pygmaeus corridoras, a breeding colony, and they are keeping anything off the tank like planaria because they pretty much eat everything. So yeah, that's that tank. Let's look at the Pleco. So on the Pleco side of things, this tank has quite a bit of fry. I will put some B-roll because everybody's hiding right now because I just walked here. There's over 100 fry in this tank of varying sizes, from like a 1 1/4 inch all the way up to like fry that are just emerging from one of the caves. This cave actually has a parent fish with a bunch of eggs and fry in it that are just emerging. So he's doing double duty, and I love that guy. So if you haven't, give this video a thumbs up and give this guy right here a thumbs up because he has been working really hard. And also comment below and let me know what you want to name him, because I don't have a name for him. I want to name a lot of my male fish, and these guys are getting ready to spawn. There is a lot of activity in this tank because I put new caves in here, and I did take out the power head because it's getting too hot in the summertime, which really made a huge difference. So the amount of flow has reduced in here. The air is really pumping out through the Matten filter, and that's the only filtration that's going on right now, and there's a lot of spawning activity. So that was a really interesting observation. And I put some new small caves because I took out the caves earlier for my 471s and a few other species, so they were not spawning the last few months. But as soon as I put the new small caves in, there was a lot of activity, and then the filter came out, which really put everything to high gear. There's a super white. He's doing really well. He's eating, he's growing. It's an unflattering angle, but he's completely normal shaped and colored and everything, except everything is perfect on him except the color is different than a regular one if you look at it from certain angles. But overall he's gorgeous. There are some Tetra fry in this tank, but we will not be able to see them because they're hiding in the mosses and stuff, and they could have gotten eaten by these lemon tetras, which I just moved in, which is when I started noticing the fry. So yeah, anyways, that's why I put the Colombian blue redfin tetras to spawn in their own tank. There is spawning activity by the CWC 027s in this tank, so I'm hoping for eggs any day, and I will update you guys as soon as I have eggs, so stay tuned for that. Spawning activity by these guys, the redhead tapajos, nothing really to report aside from spawning behavior. There hasn't been any egg laying except the one time she did lay eggs, I think, and with him, but nothing came off of it. So we are still hoping. They're still young, and we will find out soon. I did lose a 333 Porto de Mas, the nice looking females, one of the smaller ones. It is due to spawning behavior, so we are expecting a spawn. So we are expecting a spawn from the L333 Porto de Mas any day now. I am keeping a close eye. These guys are getting moved to their own tank, which is outside, which you will see in a second. There is fry in this fry box. Let's try to find you some. Oh, there's one right there. Where is it? Where are they? It's hard to see these guys. They're always hiding. There's about 5 or 6 in here, and different sizes, 2 separate batches. I'll put some B-roll footage for you guys. There's 471s. They are doing great, eating and doing well, and I'm really loving these guys right now, and expecting another spawn any day now from the parents, which are down below. So this is group A of the L471s, And then down below that is the 199, which is the last tank you're gonna see right now. So these guys have fry in this tank as well. There's wigglers in this cave right here. There's also eggs in this cave, and there are also fries swimming about. There's 3 little guys that I have noticed that are under the slate that are doing really well, and they're about a few days out of the cave, and they are going back in and out of the parent cave. And so I know that they know exactly where mom and dad is, and mom has been around protecting the cave as well from other fish trying to attack dad or trying to get in the cave. Another female did spawn in this cave right here, so we are expecting more spawns out of these guys. So stay tuned and subscribe if you haven't, so you get updated when that video update video as well as many other videos get uploaded. I am going to be doing a care and maintenance video on these guys, as well as a care and maintenance video on these guys, which you will be getting shortly. Outside here is the new tank we are setting up. This is not a new tank per se. This is one of the oldest tanks that I have. This is probably the oldest tank I have in my fish room. It's the first tank I ever got in Canada. This is a 65 gallon, and I am setting this up for my pseudo-hemiodon apetanos to be breeding and living in long term. And I will be moving a pair of discus and some tetras and stuff and making it a South American biotope. Subscribe down below and hit that notification icon so you get updated when that update video as well as many other videos get uploaded. As always, thank you so much for watching this video till the end. If you find value in this type of content, please share it with your network. And as always, I love you all. I hope you have a blessed day. I'll see you on the next video. God bless you.